What if your Notion could answer all your questions and update it for you? In the next few minutes, I'll be showing you how you can upgrade your Notion workspace that contains your hundreds of wiki pages and to-do lists to a now more simpler AI chatbot that can understand and edit it all for you. To do this, I use Botpress and its Notion integration. It's free to sign up and create your first bot today. Let's get started. When you first log into Botpress, you're going to see a similar screen that I have right here. We are going to start by clicking the Create Bot button on the top right. Here we're going to go through the Botpress Studio, and then we're going to start by naming our bot. I'm going to call mine Notion Bot. Now we're going to press the Edit in Studio. When we get to this page on the Studio, we're going to click on the left named Workflows, and we're going to be cleaning out this workspace. So we can click and delete the nodes. Now we're here with our start and end node. When we start our bot, we want it to first introduce itself to the user when it's chatting to it. So we could start by clicking from the port from the start node and then clicking and dragging a line out to create a standard node. This standard node, we're going to call it the greeter. It's going to basically greet the user, and inside this node, we're going to see the add card button. We're going to click it and look for the text card. This is basically a message that we're going to send to the user on what we want to say. Now, the next card we're going to add is a capture information card. This will basically wait for a user input before proceeding the conversation. So we can again add from the cards and then look for the single choice. In our case, we are asking a single choice question, and we're going to ask the question in the field to make a choice from the list below. Now, to install the Notion integration and connect it, we're going to have to go first to the left into our Install Integrations tab. It will look like this icon right here, and we're going to click and look at the list of integrations that we have installed. So far, I don't have the integration installed, so we're going to click Find More on the hub. In here, we could look for an integration we want to install. In our case, we're looking for the Notion integration. Inside, you'll be able to read more about the integration. When you scroll down, you'll see the action cards and the trigger cards involved in the integration. We're going to click the Install Integration button. There's two ways we can configure the integration. We can either do OAuth authentication or configure the integration using a Notion integration token. In our case, we're just going to use it through OAuth. So all you have to do is click the Authorize Notion button. It's going to redirect you to your Notion. In my case, I have a test workspace, so I'm going to connect to that and connect to all the pages that I have within it. Now that the authentication is successful, it's going to redirect you back into the configuration page, and all you have to do is save configuration. Then we're ready to continue and close that integration page. We can check that we have it installed by checking our add cards and scrolling all the way down until we see the Notion cards that we have installed. Let's say you organize your life in a task list like I have right here. You can update it through your bot in a chat-like interface instead. To start, I'll add an option in our capture information card. Specifically, it's going to be add a new task. Now click and drag from the port of the option that we created and create a new standard node. We're going to call this add new task. Inside of this, I'll first start by asking the user what task they would like to add. So I'm going to press the add card, and I'm going to do a capture information card again. In this case, it'll be a raw input because we want to ask them what tasks they would like to add. We're going to then save this into a variable. Variables are a really good way to store information throughout the conversation, so you can use it later on. All we have to do is go to the store result in, specifically the drop-down menu, click that, and then type in the variable name that we want to create. In our case, we're going to create the user task name. The next card we want to add is the Create Page in Notion card. So we'll be able to add a card by clicking the button again and going down to Create Page. Inside, we'll see the parent type, the parent ID, and page title fields to fill in. The first thing is that the page title will be our task name. So we can access variables with double curly brackets. And we're going to see on our left that variables are stored within a different scope. In our case, the variable we created is under the workflow scope. So we're going to access scopes first by typing out the word workflow and then pressing a dot, and then we'll see the variable that we created, which is the user task name. We can click it or type it in, and that's how we're going to insert the task name into our Notion. The parent information will be the table from our to-do list on Notion, so we'll need to go back to get this. Now in Notion, we'll need to get the parent ID. To get this, you're going to go to your table and click the settings button at the top right. And inside, you're going to go down to manage data sources. Inside, you're going to go next to your source, in my case, the to-do list. You're going to press the 3 dots and you're going to see copy data source ID. We're going to copy that, and then we're going to go back into Botpress and add that into our parent ID. We're going to go back into Botpress and we're going to paste that parent ID in. And then another thing is that our parent type is a data source. If your parent type is a page and you're adding to a page, then you can change that, but I'm just going to leave it as data source. Now we want to store the added page into a variable, so we're going to make it added task. The next card we want to add is the get page from Notion card. So we can again click the add card button and type in the get page from Notion and add it. Inside this, we want to get the page schema of the task that we created. The reason we do this is because in our Notion to-do list, we have a column called type, and inside we have the options of a personal, school, or work task that we also want to add into every new task that we create. So to get the schema of the page that we created, we need to first get its page ID. To do this, we're going to get the output from our added task variable that we saved, and then we're going to access within that the page ID. Now we'll also need to store that information in another variable, so we're going to again store the output value in and type in the variable that we want to store the output in. The next thing we want to ask is what type of task is it? Is it a personal, a work, or school task? We're gonna again add another card, and in our case, it's going to be another single choice. Inside this, we're going to ask the question, what type of task is it? Then we're also going to put in the options of personal, work, or school. Then we also have to store what type it is in another variable. I'm going to call it task type. Nitpick, since we aren't navigating based on the choice that the user makes, we can turn that off by clicking the blue icon on the right of each choice. I'm going to test it out quickly by going to my emulator, which is another button on the top. We can either press the test your bot button, or you could say hello to your bot to test it. When it starts, it's going to say, hello, I'm your Notion assistant. How can I help you? Please choose one of the options below. And in this case, we only have one option, so I'm going to add a new task. What task would you like to add? I'm going to say walking my cat. What type of task is it? I'm going to say it's a personal. And then now that we tested, it says conversation ended. And we can look at our variable tabs on the left and see the values that the user entered and the added task. And we could see on our Notion page that the walking my cat task has been added. Since we haven't done anything yet to add our type, we only stored it in a variable. We're going to also work on that next. Now after testing, we could see what the task details look like, specifically the different keys inside of this object. Most specifically, we're more concerned with the properties key. Inside, we'll see the different columns we actually have for our table in Notion, and we'll see the type, the status, and also the name of our task. This is basically the schema of our pages that we are adding into our to-do list, and we're going to be able to follow specifically the multi-select type in knowing how to add the type that we collected from the user. The next card we want to add is the update properties card. So we can again add the card and we can type in update page properties, add that in. And then when you look on the right, you'll see the page ID and the properties JSON. Inside the property JSON field, you'll see that it kind of looks similar to what our properties schema will look like. In our case, we're just updating, so we want to update specifically the multi-select type. Inside of this, we'll do the same and insert the page ID of the new task that we created. Now, the next part is to insert the JSON of the properties that we want to update. Using the variable output we got from testing, we can use that in reference to basically create this exact JSON inside the field. And we're going to use the variable task type inside of that to show that we are using what the user entered to update our properties. Now that the task is created and updated, we can send a message to the user saying that their task has been created. So we're going to again add a card. This will be a text card and it will just say task has been created. Now we can test this in our emulator. So again, we're going to restart our conversation. We can test your bot. And I'm going to add a new task. What task would you like to say? I'm going to say eat lunch. And it's going to ask me what type of task is it. I'm going to say personal. And the task has been created. And then we can go back to Notion. And here we'll be able to see our new eat lunch task and the personal type that we have also indicated. Now, what if we wanted our bot to be our search engine for this imaginary team wiki page that I have here? Now, to do this, we first have to add the option in our menu to ask a question. Then from here, we're going to extend it to create another standard node. This standard node we're going to call search for answer. Inside this, we're going to have a capture information card, and we're going to ask the user what question they have. We'll store that into another variable called user question. The next thing we have to do is basically have our bot search our Notion pages. We'll add another card called search by title. Using this, we can actually return all the titles of our pages and store that in another variable called page titles. Just make sure that you leave the titles field empty. Now, using these titles, we'll need to search which title would be most useful for answering the question that the user had. We're going to add another card called the AI task card. This will basically make an LLM make decisions and do a certain thing for you based on the instructions you provide. I have a prompt already, so I'm just going to paste it in. It basically says, use the question that the user provided in the user question and look through the title keys in the page titles variable and determine which page would help to answer the question. And then we're going to store that page ID for that title that seems relevant in another variable. We'll then add the inputs in the AI task input field. Then we'll store that result in a variable called page ID. Once the AI task figures out what page might be relevant for the user's question, we want to get the content of that page. We do this by using another card called the get page content card. Inside of this card, we're going to pass in the page ID that was retrieved from our AI task. Then we're going to store the output in another variable called page content. Now we want to get the answer for the user's question using the page content as a reference. This again will be done by using an AI task. Here I'll also provide the instructions for looking through the content that we provided and also providing the inputs for these instructions. Then the last thing we want to do is store that output in a response variable. The last thing we want to do is send that response back to the user. So all we have to do is add another card, specifically a text card, and pass in the variable for the question response variable that we have. Now we could test this in the emulator. We start by saying hello to our bot. We're going to ask it a question. And specifically, I'm going to ask how many vacation days do I have? Then it's going to show me a response to the question. It's going to say that I at least have 15 days, but it's flexible because of the model of the company. We were able to build our own AI chatbot that is able to add to and search our Notion pages. All you have to do now is publish your bot, so you can click the button at the top right, press publish changes. From here, we can either preview our bot that is deployed, or we can embed this into any website that we'd like or other text messaging services that we connect to. Botpress also integrates with other messaging services like Discord and Slack. So if you want to move your bot's communication into those platforms, you can also do that easily like we did earlier when we installed the Notion integration. If you have any questions while building your bot, feel free to leave them below in the comments. As well, join our community of bot builders in Discord. Happy bot building!